Let's go ahead now to Orlando, Florida, where Chris Lee is live. He was in the locker room after the game. Chris, what were things like as Duke soaks up this loss and exit in the NCAA tournament?
Absolutely, Lewis. Of course, you know that things had to be sad and one of those things where you weren't going to go into a locker room full of guys that were happy about what was going on. And even before we walked into that locker room, there were tears going on from the support staff, from the managers, from the people who work around this team. And you could already get the feeling of what it was going to be like walking in. And Dariq Whitehead had tears in his eyes when he was talking to us, even said that he knew when the last buzzer went off, this was going to be his last time playing with his brothers. He's expected to go to the NBA draft. But the reason why Duke lost in this one was physicality, and this was an older, more experienced team that absolutely just pushed them around in the locker room. Duke talked about that physicality.
You know, we weren't knocked back. You know, they were throwing elbows. It's nothing new to us. You know, we're going to get back at them. That's what we did. We try to go right back at them. I know me down low, I was working against either one or two people, 2.5 people. You know, being able to make sure that we're not shying away from physicality. I don't think we shied away. I just think. We could have taken the ball. We could have taken care of the ball in a couple possessions that, would have translated later in the game. But, they just pulled this one out. They're a great team.
Yeah, I think it was the biggest thing. They jumped on us early. They were in passing lanes. They were denying passes around the perimeter. I think it disrupted our offense and our flow. Couldn't get into a lot of sets just because of it. They forced turnovers in the first half. Hard to even get the ball in.
Like I said, hats off to them. They were a very physical team. They came out. They were prepared. You could tell that they scouted very well. So hats off to them. Like I said, I felt like they're a top 10 team, and I feel like we were a top 10 team, but we just got outplayed tonight. So I feel like, we just got to, put our heads down, hang our hats to them, and just, continue to keep working at Miami.
Of course, Duke was missing a key piece to their defense. Mark Mitchell, 6'8", long, rangy, one of their best defenders, and also has started every single game this season up until now. Missed the game 5 minutes before the game. Jon Scheyer found out he wouldn't play because he tweaked his knee in practice yesterday. Bad timing for the Duke Blue Devils, but we'll see what happens and see who decides to come back, see who decides to leave as the Blue Devils have to retool for Jon Scheyer's next season, his second season as their head coach. Lewis?